Sweetie, I'm back. Sorry it took me so long. There was a lot of people in the supermarket. Honey? Are you there? Oh, they're sleeping, but... Oh no, this isn't good. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, please wake up. It's just a... Ow. Hi. You're awake. Are you... Hey, what's the matter? Why are you looking at me so scared? Oh, this? It was just an accident. Don't worry about it. Do you... What was all that about? I looked so scared after they punched me, but it was an accident. Maybe she had a horrible nightmare if her first reaction was to punch whoever was close to them. I can't let it be like this. She needs to know that it wasn't her fault. God. Knowing her, she's definitely blaming herself about what just happened. Sweetheart? Can you please open up? Honey. I know that you're in there. I heard you slam that door. Even if you don't want to, I'm going in. Hey, do you want to talk about it? I'll take your silence as a no. But, sweetie, that punch you gave me, it was just an accident. I'm okay, so don't worry about me. I'm not angry. I'm just a bit worried about you. I already told you it's okay. It didn't even hurt at all. Can you please just get out from all of those blankets and look at me? Hey. Shh. Please don't cry, sweetie. You did nothing wrong. Sweetie, hey. Stop it, please. Sweetheart, come on, just... Sweetie, it wasn't... Oh, for God's sake. Firefly, stop it, please. Do I have something on my face? That? Oh, I guess it did. Sorry. Kinda just came out of nowhere and... Hey, don't start crying again. I promise I won't call you that if you don't like it, okay? Do you want a hug? There you go. I've got you. Just let it out, sweetie. What did you just say? Oh? Oh. So you do like me calling you Firefly. Well, if that's what my sweetheart likes, then I guess I can call you that more often. You feeling better now? Yeah? That's good. So, will you tell me about your nightmare? Last time it was you who comforted me when I had one, and you didn't leave me alone until I told you about it. So, will you tell me? Good, but don't force yourself on me. Okay, Firefly? Now, tell me, what scared you this much? Uh-huh. Hey, look, you don't have to keep going if it's too much. With what you told me, I can understand why your first reaction when you woke up was to punch me. I'm here for you, okay? That was just a dream, and I'll make sure to protect you if something similar is close to happening. Got it? There's no need to thank me, Firefly. I'm here for you whenever you need me, and you know it. So, please, can you stop hiding a face and look at me? There we go. There are those beautiful puppy eyes that make me so weak whenever you look at me in the eye. Now, do you want to go back to the living room and keep watching TV while I make dinner? No? Then, what would you like? A bedtime story? What? Like, I don't know, like, stories that we tell kids? Like, The Beauty and the Beast or something similar? What do you mean with yes but no? Oh god, do you want me to come up with a story? Like, right here and right now? Damn, that's really not good. It's been a while since I came up with a story for kids. Wait. What if... Hey, is it okay if I tell you my little sister's favorite story? Don't judge me with your eyes. It's something that I wrote for her, and she really liked it when she was a kid. Also, she always told me that it was different and cool, despite it being about princesses and stuff, so... would you like to listen to that one? There's that smile of yours that I love so much. Come on, get comfortable in bed because, this is a long story. You want to know the story's name? Well, I never really thought about that one, but my sister always called it The Warrior and the Sacred Knight. It goes something like this. Once upon a time, there was a secret kingdom in the middle of a forest, where the citizens lived in harmony with nature, receiving incredible gifts from the gods thanks to the beautiful peace they lived in. The kingdom was hidden, so no one who wasn't born there was able to find it. And if someone decided to leave the kingdom, they would forget the location of it, and they would never find a way back to it, having to find a new place to live, and losing the gifts they received from the gods, since they were, no more, a part of that beautiful kingdom. Only the royal family had the ability to go out of the kingdom domains and come back. There were lots of rumours about it, but the most common one is that the gods just favoured royalty, letting them do whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. Even if a royalty has the ability to go outside, it was a rare sight to see someone from a royal family to do so. I wanted to set an example, to let everyone know that there was no reason to go outside the safety of the kingdom, that there was nothing worthy of losing their gifts. But that was until one little princess was born. Now, being the 8th child wasn't easy for her. All the standards, expectations of her being perfect as her siblings, and all was just too much for her. She hated being part of royalty. She only wanted to be free, see the world, discover more. Let her curiosity experiment more and more until she finally knew something else from her boring kingdom in the middle of the forest. When she was 5, she went to her mother to ask her for permission to leave the kingdom, just for 5 minutes to see what was outside. She even promised that she would only step outside those 5 minutes and then immediately come back home. But her mother, full of rage and disappointment, said no and grounded her to be confined in a room for 2 weeks just for asking, not even doing it without permission. The little princess's dream was crushed that day, and she cried in sadness until she fell asleep with only one thought in mind: discovering what was outside the boundaries, no matter what. Once her confinement was over, the princess decided not to attend her classes anymore. She decided to ask her personal god if he could train her, teach her how to fight and how to be stronger. At first, the god was hesitant, but after seeing how determined the princess was, he accepted helping her with that. Time flies by and 10 years pass very fast. The little princess was now a strong and agile teenager, always running around the kingdom, avoiding her royal responsibilities and spending time with her people. Every citizen loved the princess, but they were also scared that she would do something crazy and put them all in danger, especially after the gods gave her a gift when she turned 10. And the princess's gift was different and dangerous. No one knew about it besides the princess herself and her personal guard, who was also the princess's one and only friend. But he was also a confidant. Because she had a little secret, a secret that no one besides the one guard knew, and that was that she would sneak outside the kingdom, sharing 15 minutes to do a small walk to get to know what it would look like to be outside her kingdom. She started doing it when she received her gift, and she just loved to be outside, being free, being able to be herself. When her 16th birthday was close, the princess wanted to explore further away, know even more about the world and leave. After all, no one would miss her, no one would search for her. It would only be her and a big adventure in front of her, and she was so excited about it that she told her guard. "If I may say something, princess, even if I see it as a bad idea, if that's what makes you happy, I will not stop you," he told her the night she decided she was leaving. "But before you go, I have a gift for you, your majesty. Something that I wanted to give you on your birthday, but since you are leaving so soon, I find it better to give it to you now." He sat down on the floor, looking up at the princess, and from a pocket, he got a beautiful golden dagger with some silver and black details on it, giving it to the princess with a soft smile. She received that gift with tears running down her face, and she hugged her one and only friend, the only person in her kingdom who understood her and treated her as someone free, and not just like the royalty from the palace. He was more of a brother to her than her own older siblings. And just like that, they waved goodbye, wishing each other the best in their lives, since it was probable that they would never see each other again. Meanwhile, close to the Great Sea, there was another kingdom, if it could be called one. The king was more like a father, son, or brother to everyone. It was as if the royalty was nothing in that kingdom, and as if everything that was important to them was friendship and understanding each other, like a big and loving family. That kingdom had a prince that was loved by everyone. Since he was a kid, he trained with his father and the elders to be able to protect his home. So, more than a prince, he was considered a knight. But there was one problem with him. A little one that everyone knew, but even if they didn't care, it kept bothering the prince. He was a coward. He always got scared easily, and his first reaction to danger was hiding instead of defending himself. He viewed himself as a disappointment, as someone who wasn't worthy to rule that beautiful kingdom once his father wasn't there anymore. Sometimes he would wish for his father to stay forever, and when he was a kid, he would cry every night, scared of losing his only family, scared of disappointing everyone who had their hopes up to him. He wanted to protect them all, but he was just a scared teenager, unable to get rid of his fears, unable to be the brave warrior he always dreamed to be, unable to achieve his dream of keeping everyone safe. One day, close to his 16th birthday, he got tired of being the scared boy he was. So he told his father that he would go out on a small journey out of their kingdom boundaries and that he would be back the day before his birthday. His kind father just gave him a smile, ruffled his hair, and wished him good luck on a safe trip, saying how proud he was of his son. Those words broke him, but he didn't cry until he was outside of the kingdom, screaming and crying because he was so scared of what would happen out there. But he had to compose himself. He dried his tears and started his little journey to be able to relax his mind and try to gain some courage. What neither the princess nor the knight knew is that the journey they both decided to start would be the best decision they would ever make. After 5 days of wandering, the princess from the forest was starting to run low on supplies. She never thought that she would be that far from civilization, and she also lost a lot of food while fighting some wild animals that attacked her. She could know how to fight, and she could have a dagger, but that weapon sometimes wasn't enough to keep her safe from everything, just like the bear that she found herself fighting close to a river first hour in the morning. She was agile enough to avoid the bear's attacks, but she wouldn't last forever at that pace of avoiding over and over again with how tired she was. Or so she thought, until she saw someone walking close and with a very big sword. She dodged one attack, mocking the bear hit a tree, and she ran until she was in front of a stranger, startling him in the process. "Hi, you don't mind if I borrow your sword for a few seconds, right?" He didn't answer, but he gave her a nod, and that was more than enough for her. "Thanks. Now be careful. There's a very angry mother bear here, and she will come anytime soon." As soon as she said that, they heard loud, fast, and heavy footsteps coming their way. The princess got in a fighting state while the knight jumped, scared, but tried to hide it even by standing at her side, even if we had no more weapons on him. What happened next was something that the Night Prince would never forget in his life. The girl who asked for his sword ran very fast and jumped on top of the bear after avoiding one of her attacks. The bear got on 2 legs, trying to get her off its back, but the girl was agile. She let the bear go down on its back while she went straight to the stomach, slicing without going too deep, enough to wound the animal, but not enough to make it fatal. "Let's go! Run!" After that, she held his hand and started running away. dragging him far from the bear who was slowly standing up and going the other way. He doesn't know for how long they ran, but he remembers tripping and falling to the floor, bringing her down too since they were still holding each other's hand. They stayed on the floor for a while, resting and trying to catch their breaths after the long run. And the knight doesn't know why, but he started laughing, and she started laughing too. Such an honest, carefree laugh coming from both of them that lasted a while. But they were happy, just lying on the floor, without any single worry in their minds. "I'm sorry for that," she said in between laughs. "Here, have your sword back. It's such a good one. Man, I wish I also had that one." How did you learn to fight like that?" "It was amazing. Those moves and how you did whoosh. And the distraction and your speed and so many things. It was... wow!" He said first with shyness, but then his excitement grew stronger and he couldn't help but to look at her with admiration. "I've been training since I'm 5, but what about you? Do you just carry around a heavy sword without knowing how to use it?" "I know, I've also been training since I'm 5, but I am not as brave as you, so my sword must be disappointed to have me as their wielder, don't you think?" He let out a sad chuckle, looking at the sword in his hands. "My dad gave it to me as a gift, for all the training I did and all the effort I put in, but it's not enough. I want to be like my dad, a kind person, loved by everyone around him, able to protect those who he loves and keep our home safe and in peace." "Oh, I never asked for your name. Sorry for talking about me without even saying who I am." "Don't worry," she said, sitting up and staring at the sky. "My name is Emerald, but Emmy is just fine for me." "I'm Michael, but Mike is enough. I don't like formalities," he said, giving the princess a smile. "Nice to meet you, Emmy." "It's nice to meet you too, Mike." They kept talking for a while, about different topics and bonding, until the night was close. That's when they decided that they should look for a safer place to pass the night away from any kind of danger. Soon, 3 days passed by, and they grew closer to each other, giving place to a friendship they always wanted to have. Someone around their age who could understand what they were going through, what they wanted, what they dreamed. When the knight had to return to his home, the princess told him that she wanted to see that place, discover how civilization worked outside her old home. She wanted to experience how others would treat an outlander, a total stranger that knew nothing but the 4 walls where she grew up. And he accepted without a doubt. They were friends after all, and the Night Prince was proud of his home, his people. So he wanted to show it to her. After days of traveling, when they reached their destination, the princess was surprised, to say the least. She never thought that they would welcome her so easily, with such kindness and people asking her where she came from, her name, her likes, and if they were making her feel uncomfortable. Emmy fell in love almost immediately with the kingdom. Everyone seemed so happy, so free. That was everything she ever wanted. And when the princess met the king, she never thought she would start crying once she and Mike left the palace, because he was so kind and welcoming with her that she was just overwhelmed and confused. After such a long time, the princess finally found a real place to call home. Mike was more than happy for his new friend, happy that someone who he started to admire was able to find herself at home, a place to stay, to feel safe and happy. to be free. But not everything is fun and happiness, and even if the young Night Prince knew that, he decided to ignore a bad feeling that he had since the day he decided to go outside of his kingdom to see a tiny part of the world around him. He noticed too late that ignoring that would be the biggest mistake he would ever make in his life. Back in the hidden kingdom of the forest, everything was a huge mess. People were losing their gifts, while royalty wasn't able to control them, even if they could still use them. And the queen was more than furious when she discovered that her youngest daughter wasn't in the kingdom at all, and that her royal guard was also missing. She was worried and full of rage at the same time. The queen just wanted to go outside, search for her reckless daughter and bring her back home. But since the gifts weren't working properly, she was scared of not being able to come back, that she would forget the way back home, that she would leave her kingdom living in fear and desperation. Her husband was badly sick and she didn't want to worry him with the situation. So she decided to keep it a secret from him, as something that he would never know for his own good. She wouldn't know what to do or how to forgive herself if her husband ever discovers that their last daughter was missing, out in the dangerous and mysterious world. She never wanted to use her last resource, but with everything that was happening, she had no other option than doing so. The only one in the family who could still use their gift was her eldest son. So the queen went to him and asked to go look for Emmy, to not come back unless she was with him, and to make sure to get some common sense back in her mind. A few days passed by and it was finally the Night Prince's birthday. But that wasn't all, since it was also the princess's one. And although Mike was the only one in his kingdom that knew that Emmy was a princess from a hidden kingdom, everyone knew that it was her birthday since it was one of the first questions he answered to the citizens. So that day, it was a triple celebration. The Night Prince's birthday, the princess's one, and a welcome party for her, since she decided that she would like to live in that kingdom for a while, before continuing her journey to explore the world. That day was beautiful. Everyone was happy and having a lot of fun. And Emmy was, for the first time now in her 16 years, truly laughing and smiling around others besides his guard. She was always wondering how he would be. After all, he was her one and only friend in her kingdom, someone who looked after her more than an older brother would do. She missed their sparring sessions and self-defense training. But Emmy wanted to make this journey. She wanted to stop being a princess bound to a boring place with people who were blessed by the gods and all of that stuff. For now, she was happy with what seemed to be her new life, with who seemed to be her new friends, her new family. Mike was also enjoying his birthday, but he was more worried than anything since the bad feeling was just getting stronger day by day. He doesn't know his father never noticed that something was wrong since he was easy to read as a kid's book, but he didn't complain at all. When the night was close, the celebration was still going, but in a more relaxed way. Instead of all the dancing and the games from the afternoon, most of the citizens were just chatting while eating and enjoying sweets and enjoying others' company. They were having lots of fun until they heard hooves coming closer and closer, until a horse broke into the middle of the celebration, scaring everyone and making the knight get their swords in hand, including Mike and the group of people ready to fight, even if he was trembling like crazy. "Emerald! I finally found you!" That man that was riding this horse spoke to the princess, who had a mad expression on his face. "Luke, what are you doing here? How did you find—" "You know what? Forget about it. Leave me alone. I'm not going back. This is my home now." Emmy, Mum is worried about you. Dad doesn't know at all that you're not in the kingdom. He's sick, Emmy, and he might not make it. So please, come back with me. I don't know what we did wrong, but this is best for everyone. He got back onto the floor, walking to her sister with a sad expression on his face. Please, little sis, come back home. We can fix whatever we did wrong back then, so please, little gem, come back. No! She started walking away with fear and anger on her face. I will never go back. I don't want to be in that prison again. I want to be free, brother. She closed her eyes and started trembling. I won't go back. I will never return to that place. I don't want to be what I was in there. Is it that difficult to understand that I just want to see the world? Leave me alone, Luke. Emmy, please calm down. You're losing control of your gift again. Luke was more than right with that sentence. The earth was trembling and the air started being wild. A storm was more than close, and the ocean was acting wild, with strong, big waves hitting the coast of the kingdom. Don't tell me what to do, brother, she said with that last word with bitterness in her voice, looking at her older brother with pure pain, sadness, and anger. Just leave me alone! And just like that, lightning hit the ground millimeters close to Emmy's brother, and she ran away in the direction of the palace, since she was staying with Mike and his father, crying from a lot of mixed emotions. Emmy, wait! Her brother was about to go after her, but a trembling sword stopped him from doing so. She doesn't want to talk to you now, Luke, or whatever your name is. Mike was scared, but he never saw his friend that upset and sad, so he wanted to avoid her from happening again. So here is what we're gonna do. You leave my kingdom, right here and right now, and come back in a week when she is calmed down. Not on her birthday that's supposed to be a special day for her. If she doesn't want to go back with you, either you leave and never come back for her, or you stay in here too. She is your sister after all, so do this for her if you love her even a tiny bit. Now, leave. Luke was surprised, to say the least, but he didn't say a word. He just slowly left with his horse, looking just once at the direction where his little sister ran off, having mixed feelings. He was happy to see that his sister finally found a place to call home, but Emmy still was his younger sibling, and he just wanted the best for her and to have her back at home, safe and sound. But he had no say on this topic, and he just left, deciding to not go back and tell his mum that he failed. Maybe it was time for the kingdom to open its doors to the outsiders and stop being so greedy with their godly gifts. Meanwhile, in the palace, Emmy was crying, covered by her blankets, scared because her brother found her way too fast. She just wanted her freedom to explore the world. Emmy, can I come in? Mike knocked on the door, opening it when he heard a yes. Hey. He left. You okay? How did he find me? I thought that he wouldn't find me this fast. I just want... Mike hugged Emmy before she was even able to finish her sentence, letting her cry on his shoulder for as long as the princess wanted to. I stayed like that, just holding on to each other until she calmed down, just sobbing from time to time. Thanks, I've never received a hug like this before. She smiled at her friend, laughing a little because of her behavior. I just... Luke was the only one of my siblings who wasn't that harsh to me, but since he's next in line, he almost never had time for me. So... Yeah, you can guess the rest. Emmy, I'm a coward. I'm someone who easily gets scared. And you are so brave for doing all of this alone. But you're not alone anymore, so... What if we made a pinky promise? A pinky promise? Yes! Look, I promise that I'll do my best to fight my fears, to learn from you how to be a proper warrior, and then I will be a great king like my dad is now. In exchange, everything that I ask you is that you can show me this side of you whenever you want. You can cry, be scared, stop being the brave warrior you trained to be, and be the teenager that we both are. We still have a lot ahead, you know? So, will you walk this path with me, as my best friend? Emmy laughed, so happy to hear those words, full of kindness and innocence. She wiped her tears and smiled at him. Yes, Mike, let's make a pinky promise. As if they were still two little kids, they intertwined their pinkies, and with that, a promise was sealed. And a lot of things happened in the future, but for now, this is the story about the two royal kids who just wanted to be free, and who found that freedom in another soul that, like them, just wanted to be happy. And that was the end. Oh, she's already asleep. Sweet dreams, Firefly. I'll be here to avoid the nightmares to get into your head again. I'll always be here for you, my love. So just rest and let me protect you this time. Hey guys and gals, Zan here, and holy shit, that was so long, Jesus Christ. I hope you enjoyed that. That was like a lot of effort. That was effort, like, whew. Reading like a whole goddamn story. Let me just say, I hope, you know, like, I hope we did a good job of reading it, maybe, I don't know, like, I might have gone a bit too fast in some areas, or like the pacing was off with my talking, or, you know, like I mumbled some words, or I went too fast on some other parts, and I didn't emphasize some stuff well, but I don't know, it's my first time doing it, so shut up! I wasn't expecting to read a full-on story today, so yeah. But, anyway, how are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? You guys having a good day? All of that stuff? Yeah? Yeah? I'm having an okay day, I guess. Like, it's Thursday, and, I don't know, just like having generally a pretty chill day, you know, like nothing crazy, but yeah, it's been good, I guess. I haven't really got like a lot done today, but it's still nice, you know? It's still nice. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Yeah. I hope, like, you really enjoyed it, because, wow, that was effort. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm trying to think of what to talk about. Not really a lot has happened today, honestly, like, I just went to work, yeah. Work is pretty alright. Nothing crazy or anything. It was just kind of fine and stuff. Yeah, like, nothing crazy. Like I said, just fine, so yeah. Like, yeah, nothing really been happening, like, had little bits here, man, like, you know, but it hadn't been, like, anything crazy, so yeah. Anyway, I guess, like, oh, yesterday, one of my co-workers, no, basically, like, there's this lady in the office who's, like, really fucking hot. And, like, me and my co-worker, we were just, you know, talking, having a casual chat, and she walked by, and we both fucking stared at her. And my co-worker, like, caught me staring at her. And he said, "Ah, Jackson, I see what you fucking did there." And then I tried to laugh it off and said, No, I didn't. What do you want about?" And then he said, "Oh, I only knew you stared because I stared too." So, that was pretty funny, I guess. What the fuck's with music? Did my music just die? What? What the fuck happened to my music? Oh, that was weird. That was really weird. That was really weird. Wow. Just completely cut. Yeah, and then, like, the same thing happened today. Or he said, like, "Oh, I'll keep an eye out for you." And then I think I saw her, and then I told my girl, like, "Oh, hey, look, she's here." And basically, we're just both being fucking pervs. As guys do, I guess. Yeah. So I think that was pretty funny. You know. Oh, she is so fucking hot though. Like, oh my god, please, dude, please. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess we can just talk about, like, question of the day now, yeah? Question of the day is probably gonna be something. I don't know what that something is, but it's something, so yeah. Does this guy have any funny stuff I can use? No. Damn it. Is this a guy? Is this a guy? Yeah, it's a guy. I can probably use this. Do I wanna? I don't know. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, question of the day, that's right. Fuck, I don't know what to say. I guess my question of the day is, do you guys like reading and stuff? I mean, like, books, you know, like, books, those things you read. Might seem fucking ancient to some of you guys, but yeah, they exist. I used to be, like, really into reading when I was a kid. But honestly, like, I kinda stopped. Like, I don't know why. I guess, like, it's hard for me to get into reading, you know? Like, I don't really know how to say it. I guess, like, it's hard for me to get into it, but once I get into a book, I'm like, oh shit, this is amazing, what the fuck? But yeah. So this is, like, gonna be the longest fucking the longest fucking thing yet. Like, holy shit. Yeah. So reading books, yeah, because it's like, oh look, boyfriend reads you a bedtime story, haha, yeah. So yeah. I guess I'm just gonna go because, like, I don't really know what the fuck to say. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go because I've got stuff to do and it's getting late. I didn't expect to be recording for this long. I thought it was gonna be like maybe 15 minutes, and it turned out to be double that. So oh Jesus. So yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys have a nice day, and seriously, thank you for watching, like, so much. You guys are amazing. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all that stuff, yada yada yada. And bye bye. Love you.